Republican leadership in the Senate is rallying around Minority Leader Mitch McConnell amid renewed concerns about his health and age. The 81-year-old McConnell froze up again during a news conference in Kentucky on Wednesday. And this is a little more than a month after a similar incident on Capitol Hill. NewsNation's Kelly Meyer live for us in Washington. Kelly, what does this mean with the Senate set to return to the Capitol just next week?
That's a great question, Natasha, and it's something that we still don't know yet. It's leaving many questions here on Capitol Hill and in his home state of Kentucky of exactly what's going on with their senator and one of the most powerful Republicans on Capitol Hill and in Washington. His team continues to tell us that this was a moment of lightheadedness and that it was a momentary pause. They did tell us that he went to see a doctor after this, though we don't know the results yet or how that visit went. It all comes after the video that you'll see here of what happened yesterday during a press conference. It was really a 30-second pause. It was difficult to watch, and you can just see the video playing here. He freezes as a reporter asks him a question, and it happens just after, several weeks ago, he had another incident like this here on Capitol Hill during a press conference with his Senate Republican colleagues. A big question right now is, have there been other instances that we don't know about or have not been released publicly? There are reports there was another fall at D.C.'s Reagan National Airport earlier this summer, and that's separate from the fall that he had in March when he tripped at a Washington, D.C. hotel. That left him off the Hill for about 6 weeks. Now, he froze up in that press conference over a question about his future here in the Senate, if he'll run for re-election in 2026. He is in his 7th term as senator. He was first elected in 1984. He is now 81 years old. Some members of his own party are calling for him to resign, like Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, saying his staff and family members should be ashamed of themselves for allowing their loved ones to stay in office. She pointed to those on the other side of the aisle, too, like President Biden and California Senator Dianne Feinstein. Biden is 80 years old. Feinstein is 90 and have faced criticism over their age and health. Feinstein having her own incident just a day after McConnell's last freeze up here on Capitol Hill, getting confused in a Senate hearing. Her aides were having to tell her what to say, and Biden needing aides to show him where to go or what to say with cue cards. A recent poll was showing that 89% of Republicans and 69% of Democrats both believe that Biden is too old for 4 more years. Now, all of this, as you said, happening just days before Congress is set to return here to Capitol Hill from their August recess. It is still unclear if McConnell will be returning with them.
And
Natasha.
Kelly, do we know if Senator McConnell has heard from President Biden or any of the other senators since this latest incident?
Well, President Biden was saying yesterday that he was going to be reaching out to McConnell. He called him a friend and he wished him well. We also heard from some Republican senators. The number 2 in the Senate here, John Thune, had spoke to him last night. He said that he was in good spirits and sounded well. Natasha.
Okay. Kelly Meyer live for us in Washington with that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.